Hello, everyone, and welcome back to River City Girls 2. We're still on our way to River City High, but we're on the actual map this time, so we're almost there.
Let me see if Kyoko gets the cat by the time. Nope, she didn't get the cat. Ah, she got
No,
it.
she got ran over by a truck. Sad.
Ran over by a truck, which bounced her into the cat, I think.
Cat pinball.
Oh, you know what? That's actually something I'm glad that you don't actually outrun cars. There's a lot of video games where you do, where your top running speed can in fact outrun the way that most of the pedestrian cars are going.
Well, I mean, if you're in the city, that's realistic enough.
Oh, driving in the city sucks.
Man, the worst part about driving in New York City whenever I have to do that for, Lyft or some shit, is that there's always some idiot on a bike who's willing to just swerve right in front of your car.
Listen. I can't stand bikers. And no, I get it. You guys have a right to ride your bike on the road. That's fine. But here's the thing. If you're riding your bike, you get to pick one of two modes. You get to be treated like a vehicle or treated like a pedestrian. You don't get to have both and flip-flop between the two whenever it's most convenient for you. If you want to, ride in the lane and, use your arm turn signals when you're about to turn and, wait on the road, that's great. I'm going to be a little annoyed because you'll probably be slower than the speed limit, but you know what? Whatever. Those are the rules. And if you want to ride on the sidewalk, sure, you're not my problem there. But you don't get to, be on the lane and then drive your bike in between the two cars in a 2-lane road or other bullshit. No.
Well, the
You're
thing
annoying.
is that roads are,
Stop.
Generally designed for cars.
Yeah, which I
Sidewalks are designed for
also know is part of the
pedestrians.
problem, and America's infrastructure being so car-centric is part of what has made our reliance on cars, which leads into, oil industry and capitalism and global warming and all that. I get it. It's a terrible system, and riding a bike's better. However, I don't want to fucking run you over, so stop being a douchebag. Please and thank you.
I just get so many heart attacks from people from people swerving in front of my car while I'm driving in the city. It's
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Why? Okay, there's no world in which drinking Monster Energy actually increases your stamina by 20%. All right, it should be like one of those things where you get a temporary boost and then your health ticks down, and then your health ends up being lower than where you started. That's what a real life Monster Energy drink should do.
No kidding. Well,
Kyoko, you're going the wrong way.
Unless it's Shinra brand Potion Elixir Energy Drink.
Is that in the new Final Fantasies?
I think
Potion?
I think I commented on it during our playthrough of the first one. Yeah. They
that was a while ago.
They have potion vending machines, and the branding says that they're energy drinks. It's hilarious. Potion brand energy drinks. Jesus.
Okay, so if in universe potions are energy drinks, then what are ethers and elixirs, and what's the justification for them not being able to be bought at stores?
I think you can buy some of them in stores in Remake.
Yeah.
Okay. That was always a weird RPG design trend that MP couldn't be refilled unless getting MP restoring items is harder than HP restoring items.
It makes
Well, it was originally... Go ahead.
It makes more sense in games that lean more heavily into resource management, like Persona, where once they gave up on the tired mechanic in 3, basically your SP bar was your time limit for how long you could stay in the dungeon before you had to go back home, and that kind of thing.
There are a lot of RPGs that do that. You're supposed to MP management's supposed to be in a major factor for that, but it's just weird in that many RPGs still keep that kind of aspect to them. Even modern day games, you still can't buy MP restoring items in many shops, even though many games will just fully restore your MP every time you level up anyway. So it's not really a resource management element. So I don't get it. It's weird. It might be like a callback to like old D&D where like wizards having minimal magic was a balancing thing for them.
It absolutely is, because it's a design element that goes back to when even JRPGs were trying to emulate spell charges.
Right, Final Fantasy 1 was basically D&D ported over into a video game.
Yeah, well, D&D sorcerers anyway. But like, yeah, you basically had to rest to get your magic back in those games, and that's something that they wanted to emulate in those older games. They wanted to have that moment where your party would stop and camp, because that's an important part of the fantasy adventure trope. You know, it's basically half of what they do in the Lord of the Rings.
I mean, the Lord of the Rings is basically just a freaking like, if you just read the Frodo and Sam half of it, it effectively is just the world's most high stakes nature hike of all time.
Well, nature hike through barren wastelands and volcanic ash-filled plains and
Ghost-filled swamps and all that.
Yeah.
A spider
Well,
lair.
they're not in that kind of stuff until like partway through Two Towers, right? Like
they're in that kind of stuff for all of Two Towers and all of the Return of the King up to the Ring's destruction.
I mean, I've only watched the movies and it's been a while, but like I thought I remembered that like it wasn't like, you know, the picturesque doop 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 kind of foresty stuff from the first movie, but like there were trees and grass and shit. Like it wasn't completely desolate.
They basically stopped having nice scenery after breaking with the rest of the Fellowship at the river. But the other thing, though, in the books, at least, the movies kind of lose this because they never specify is that they did most of their traveling in the winter.
Yeah.
So
why?
The entire journey, other than Lothlorien and the time after Lothlorien, really sucked for everyone.
But wait, didn't it take? So wait, why did they do it all in the winter, or did it just happen to be winter? Because
when Frodo left the Shire, he left it in the fall because he felt better about traveling in autumn. But that journey in the fall took him to Rivendell, and Rivendell, they stayed there for a couple months, right? But they couldn't stay there any longer, so they left during the winter.
Yeah, I think in the movies, Gandalf even mentions when Frodo wakes up from his coma that it's October.
He mentions the date, but that's like the last time chronological continuity is ever brought up in those movies.
But I thought that the whole walk took like a year and a half, like the actual walking from Rivendell to Mordor took that long.
It took a while, yes, but not just the walking, because they actually stayed in Lothlorien for quite a long time. I think they waited out the rest of the winter there. Man.
Which makes Gandalf's decision to try to cross Cahadras even more bold when he's doing it in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, no kidding. Oof. But like,
yeah, that was a part of the movie that like kind of seemed.
Well, in the movie, it was ridiculously stupid because they kind of like cut out all of the logic behind going to Moria, and just said, "Oh, Gandalf knows about this demon and doesn't want to go there, but he's not actually telling anyone about it." So Gimli has to be an idiot and to want to actually go there.
But I mean, but the thing is that like, when you think about it kind of separated for a moment, there's like, okay, we have two options. We have go through this extremely perilous and definitely dangerous trip through the top of the mountain, or we'll go through this maybe dangerous part underneath the mountain.
Oh, they absolutely knew that Moria was dangerous, because half the reason Gimli even got involved in the Fellowship was because he came to Rivendell to try and talk to someone about the fact that they had lost contact with the entire dwarven contingent that was sent to retake Moria, which they knew was dangerous when they were sent to retake it. So,
okay.
The big thing about Moria in the book was that nobody knew what was actually going on there, just that the dwarves that were sent there before had dropped out of contact a while ago.
Okay, in that case, then yeah, going to more with that context in mind.
Yeah.
Going to Moria seems fucking dumb.
Deciding to go to Moria was partly because Gimli wanted to know what was going on, but it wasn't something that they decided to do until their alternative path didn't work out. And their alternative path they only took because their first choice path was being watched, so they had to turn aside. That was at least in the movie.
Yeah. Though, of course, interestingly, there was the option of just going right past Isengard through Rohan, which is a very sketchy idea, but most of them end up doing that anyway in Two Towers.
Well, at that point, Saruman thought he knew where the ring was and was looking for it that way. It's
True,
the
ring never got close to Isengard.
It's hard to keep straight, and I'm not sure why we're talking about this in a River City Girls commentary.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to take back the school from the Yakuza. At least the school isn't crashing down around our ears this time.
We dropped the emblem in the school bathroom to destroy the evil once and wait.
That's Persona 2.
I was trying to make a Lord of the Ring reference. I mean, I can buy it. Like two best friends on a journey, walking miles and miles together with subtle homoerotic undertones, maybe. I should say.
In Persona 2, like the first couple dungeons are in the schools, and there's this whole rumors becoming reality plot going on, right? So there's a rumor that the emblems from a particular school are bad luck. And because rumors are becoming reality, they actually are bad luck, and it leads to a lot of chaos around those schools. I think one of your party members gets dogpiled so that they can rip his emblems off of his uniform and steal them. Persona 2 is a trip. I wish it was a better game so I could actually enjoy it.
It's okay. Since they want to remake all the Persona games anyway, they'll do it.
I wish they would remake
eventually.
one. I wish they would remake 1 and 2 in the Persona 5 engine.
Well, that's a rumor anyway that they're doing that after 3 was so successful.
They better fucking do it. Those
Yeah,
games deserve
I don't know.
to be remade.
They might just do what they did with Shin Megami Tensei 5 and make Persona 3 2.
No, they said the Aegis DLC is just DLC. It's not a separate version this time.
Oh no, I'm making fun of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance.
No, I know, and I'm pissed off about that too.
I mean, here's the thing: Shin Megami Tensei 5 was like one of the most mixed bag games I've ever played. So a chance to mulligan the first time, we're gonna try again. I'm okay with that idea. I'm just not thrilled about the prospect of paying $60 for 60% of the same game again. It's not something I'm hugely thrilled about, but I never had any issue with Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse in concept. I only had issue with it in execution.
Well,
4 Apocalypse is bad.
I pretty much paid for Persona 5 twice anyway, so I can't really talk, but caveat to that, I really liked Persona 5 the first time around. So
that's the thing. For example, I happily bought Dragon Quest XI twice because I loved Dragon Quest XI the first time. I guess it's more frustrating when you're excited for a thing the first time and then it's not as good as you want it to be. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is frustrating. For the record, I guess I should elaborate a little bit because it's 10 out of 10 RPG good in some elements and 3 out of 10 what the hell are you guys doing in some other. For example, battle system, great. Exploration, great. Where the hell are the dungeons? And also, why is the story terrible?
The where the hell are the dungeons part really baffles me because I got the feeling like they really nailed modern SMT style dungeons in Persona 5, and I expected them to do more of that.
Especially since the mainline SMT series is a dungeon crawler. All 3 of the other games are focused on I played SMT 3 when the remaster came out. Also, remaster is really bad for SMT 3. It kind of blows ass, actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so there's a number of things. They did not have the original sound recording for the game. So they're using a ripped version of the compressed music from the PS2 version, which sounds like dog shit.
Yikes.
Another thing that's funny is that they didn't
What the
have the updated demon fusion from newer games. So like in a modern SMT game, if you're doing a demon fusion, I'm fusing Jack Frost and Jack-o'-lantern. When you fuse them together, you get to choose which skills from each one that you want to put in.
They're still doing random skill inheritance. Oh god.
Yeah, that was like hated so much that they had to patch it in later, which is really funny. It's also like the widescreen doesn't work properly, so like whenever the game flips into a pre-rendered cutscene, there's like this really ugly there's just a lot of stuff about it that's bad. It's a really half-hearted remaster, and it doesn't update any of the issues that the original game had, like how the encounter rate is obnoxious.
Yeah, it kind of was.
I have a clip that's on my Twitter from when the game came out, where I finish a random battle, it ends. I move my overworld marker literally 3 steps, and then I get into another random battle. And the whole game's like, I couldn't finish the game. I know a lot of people love Nocturne, and I think I get it. I think I get why people do like it so much, but I just couldn't, unfortunately. There was too much bullshit.
Yeah. I think there's probably a mod to lower the encounter rate at the very least if you get it on
if I've
PC.
got the PC. Yeah, I mean, probably. And I think that fans have done a better job ripping the soundtrack than Atlas has. So there's probably a fan mod to get better music in it too.
Yeah,
but like an idiot, I got the Switch version, so I can't do that.
That's unfortunate. Ugh.
Anyway, I had a point. Oh yeah, I had a point. SMT is a dungeon crawling RPG franchise, and so there's exactly 2 dungeons in Shin Megami Tensei 5, and you don't get to the first one until halfway through the game. I don't get it. I don't understand what they were doing.
Why was the principal's office in grayscale, and why was that weirdo in there?
Because it's a noir mystery.
What?
Oh, he's seen many dames walk through that door, but he knew when that
they were in trouble.
They were trouble.
Mostly because he has her school record and knows exactly how often she gets into trouble.
Yeah, there's like a little detective side quest in the school where you go into these black and white rooms and look for clues. We don't really do it.
So did the Yakuza just say school's canceled and all the teenagers were like sweet and started fucking up the place?
Pretty much.
Well, the entire reason we're here is because... Oh. The entire reason we're here is to stop the students from eating brainwashing food that will turn them into mindless killing machines, so...
Yeah, and we're a bit too late.
As soon as we
At
get
least
the
for some
clue,
of
we're
them.
back to normal. Wow.
Yep.
I'm glad the teachers are so chill with us breaking the hell out of their break room.
It's River City. Everyone has insurance to cover this shit. It's fine.
It's gotta be really expensive, though.
Oh, could you imagine the insurance costs? Yeah.
It's like many places in the real world, like you can't get like flood insurance in Florida, so it's like, how the hell, who even sells River City insurance?
The same place that sells Angel Grove insurance.
You can't get flood insurance in any location where it is likely to flood. That is insurance in a nutshell.
You mean a scam?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe the Yakuza run the River City insurance.
Yeah, it is a protection racket.
Oh, I get it. So they can overcharge for it and then not fix your house when it gets beaten up. Genius. Wait, no, that's
Nice.
just actual insurance anyway.
Well, true. I guess the Yakuza can't be the insurance because their leader actually ended up in jail.
I like all this like security stuff in the front of the school. is like supposed to be indicative of the Yakuza running the place with an iron fist.
Instead of the fact that, like, in America, many schools actually have that now because there's too many school shootings.
Well, I mean, it's like mandatory cleansing. It's not even a metal detector. It's like a cleansing. It's like decontamination. Why would you need that in a school?
If this is a high school, then if they better put mandatory cleansing in the locker room, because like, yeah, if you had gym class, you're taking that goddamn shower. Get in there now. Mandatory, mandatory cleansing. Axe body spray is not soap.
It really isn't. Okay.
If you're playing offline, is the loading between rooms as long?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think it is, no.
Okay, because that is one thing that I've noticed that has been killing the pace for me just by watching, is having there be a loading screen in between every room. It's honestly a little nostalgic. It feels a little bit like a PS1 game.
It's not just a loading screen between every room. It's also a loading screen after every time Kyoko runs off to try and look for a cat, while Misako is counting down to the next room. Why is there scaffolding above the bathroom stalls?
Because it's a store.
What the shit? Wait.
Yo, this kid... Wait.
You can eat the pencils and the glue.
Yes.
Yeah, just...
Okay.
Just walk into a school bathroom and eat paste.
I think I understand why Kyoko is the way she is now.
Kyoko doesn't even go to this school.
Oh, right. They sell markers at her school. Okay.
Probably. I like how the only one of those with a negative effect is the glue paste.
It slows you down.
The pencil didn't do anything?
No.
I mean, I guess if you can eat books, you can also eat pencils.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, eating books is kind of like eating pencils. Hear me out. Because a book is just a pencil, but the pencil has been smeared across the entire book, right? Like, over the course of writing it, you've worn down the pencil, and then the whole pencil is on the pages of the book. So, if you can eat one, you can eat the other. It's just pure logic.
It really depends on the book to pencil ratio.